constantly in search of like-minded people, people who will challenge you as a head coach. When you're on one side of the field and they're on the other, you could tell that she was quite passionate as a coach, and just the way that she dealt with her own personal players in the other school. Overall, you could just see that she just had something special about her.
Natalie Kozlowski. I'm in my third year here at the University of North Texas. I came here to coach with Coach Key, who I had coached with at East Carolina University for about 13 years prior.
She's probably one of the most driven people I know, and I say that not just in the coaching aspect or the coaching realm, but just as an individual. She's one person. When she sets a goal, she's going to go after it. When she has her mind made up, she's going to make the tough decisions.
I mean, she's the type of person that would rather run 6 miles than watch Housewives. So, I mean, she just loves to work out, and she always is trying to stay healthy. She eats right, and she does whatever she can to make sure that her body is in check.
We want to win and build a program here at North Texas. We also want to be good people, and I think this act that she was even considering was something I felt was just quite admirable.
At Christmas time of 2014, my brother's wife, Carrie, found out that her kidneys were failing. So she had gone for a routine physical and she was feeling fine, but they determined that her kidneys were failing. They were at functioning less than 20%. At that moment, right then and there, I was with my family in New York, and I said if she needed a kidney, that I would be willing to donate to her. June of 2015, and that was when I really started the process of trying to be a match and a donor for her. And that was a lot of hoops to jump through.
I don't think she hesitated when the need was, but I think she did a great job of just evaluating how this was going to affect her work, how it was going to affect her as an individual, and post-surgery, just how it was going to change her life.
It's a lot, and it just really shows how much she really wanted to do that for her sister-in-law.
So one of my sisters also tried to be a match for Carrie, and we found out that we actually were not a genetic match to her. So we kind of sat back and we tried to see if other donors would come forward. And she had some donors come forward, including one of her own sisters, and nobody was a match to her. I think she was 0 for 7 in terms of being a genetic match. So the next step was to do a program called KPD, which is Kidney Paired Donor Program. So this KPD program would be where I would have a kidney that could go to somebody else anywhere in the United States, and then their kidney, they may have a donor for them, that they would have a kidney that would match Carrie's. They determined that I was a good candidate, physically, mentally, emotionally, that let's do this, let's go for it. So both myself and my sister-in-law, we went into a national database.
It was something that she shared with me earlier than most, and I think partly because there was a chance that this was going to happen during season. It was a chance that, that it could, and for me, and that was something that, I had to weigh, and I knew this really put in perspective life's values.
As a staff, we supported her no matter what, and wanted her to do what she thought was right, and so we were right there with her.
The first call came in January. This time we realized, okay, we couldn't make it happen. Something fell through, so it was a no-go. So then the next call came in March, and we were in the middle of our season, and it was a March 1st possible surgery date. And I talked about it with Coach Key, and I said, if I have to go, I have to go. And Coach Key and Coach T were very supportive.
We had a team that needed a lot of coaching, but Coach T and I were both prepared to take the reins by ourselves.
But it fell through again. She eventually started the dialysis in April. So the timing, we finally got another call. We went for a third time to have blood work. And this time, everything worked out. This time we're like, wow, this is really going to happen. And luckily, the timing was perfect because it was right at the end of our season.
I think when she told the team, it was something that we as a staff had kept under close-knit and didn't share with a lot of people.
We had a meeting after a practice we had one day. As a team, I think we were all really surprised to hear that. Like, we knew she had been gone a couple times, and we didn't really know why.
I think when you have 8, 9 different players on the field like we did this past year, it should have taught these young people that there are things bigger than softball.
One of the most interesting things that one of the doctors said to me, he goes, most people come to the hospital because they're sick and they want to get better. He said, you're actually coming to the hospital to get sick. And it sort of dawned upon me that, wow, he's right.
I think it had been hanging over her head, and the process had started over a year prior. To go through 2 that fell through, I think for her, as an outside person looking in, it was, let's just get this over with. I've done everything, I've done all the prep work, and now it's ready to help people, help a stranger in North Carolina, and in return be able to have her sister-in-law get a kidney as well.
All 6 people involved had their surgeries the same day. My kidney was getting on a plane from Seattle airport and going to the East Coast. And then in the East Coast was flying to the West Coast.
To me, to experience it firsthand, I think was quite the eye-opener. I think we all think, oh, I'm donating a kidney, and it's a very simple process, but to see the struggles, to see all the prep work prior to, I was happy I could be there for her friends and, people who couldn't make the trip. And I felt it was something that will probably forever impact my life as well.
It was like a sense of relief, but I knew that she was going to be fine, you put out that good energy and then it sends it back. So I knew it was going to be fine. I was just more worried of how she was going to be afterwards.
When I finally came out of surgery, I thought, what did I do? What did I get myself into? All along they tell you recovery is going to be hard. And I thought, I'm in good shape. I can do this. But what I didn't realize was, I might be in good shape, but I'm also 46 years old.
I think the thing that probably upset her the most was at that point in time I was in better shape than she was.
So that first day they asked me to walk. I finally sat up in bed after about 10 minutes. I made it to the door.
I took great pride in that I could walk further than 10 feet.
She's doing great now, and when we did talk, she kept telling me, thank you for saving my life. And I thought, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. You don't have to keep saying that. She goes, well, I feel better if I can say that. So thank you for saving my life.
We're already a tight-knit group. I think it's just brought us closer together, even off the field, just to have more appreciation for each other.
I just see a great role model, really, just showing how much she cares and how much she's willing to give to others.
This was something that was a life lesson, and there's no other way you can describe it to 18 and 19-year-olds. And for them to see a coach go through this, to see a coach make a very tough decision in regards of not knowing what the outcome was going to be, I would like to think that that was one of the biggest life lessons they'll take from University of North Texas.